browsing on Amazon. It doesn't matter what I do in my personal life, but basically I found this, a honey nest, honey. I mean, if you look at the shape of this, right, it's really hard to get much more creative than this with the decoration because it's so strict. It's not one of those cakes that you can turn it into whatever you want it to be. I liked it so much that I bought 2 of them. No, I'm joking, but basically my idea was if I sent a cake tin to a 1-star and a 5-star rated bakery with a very specific, beautiful, artistic cake tin, what are the results going to be like? The foundation of the cake is here. Like, there's no the basics of it. It doesn't matter. It's all about the decoration. By the way, now I own 2 cake tins, so if anyone wants one of these, please let me know in the comment section. I'm not joking. I will actually send it to one of you guys. When I make these videos, it's really important to me that things are fair because otherwise this is just straight up clownery. So I'm anticipating that a lot of people are going to have concerns with the cake tin because of all of these little details in the cake tin, like the bees, for example. They're so deep, like it's honestly insane. You can kind of see it better on this side actually. Things get stuck in there. It doesn't matter how much spray, flour, like it doesn't matter what you use. Sometimes it's literally impossible to get these little details out. So in order to make this fair, what I thought we would do is we're not going to decorate or do like a crazy cake or anything. All I'm going to do is the base, the foundation cake, just to make sure the cake tin actually works. And if it doesn't, we're going to be very easy on the 1-star and 5-star bakeries. So I've got ingredients here to make literally the most basic sponge cake. Like I'm not even going to put vanilla flavoring. It's literally sugar, flour, butter and eggs. I've made this cake before, so I should know the recipe. Starts with 235 grams of butter. Maybe one of these days I'm going to do one of these videos in which I actually try to make like a competition with one of the bakeries. But, you know, today's not the day. All I want to do is just the foundation. I think we might need basically the whole thing. So we're going to microwave this for like 5 seconds. We love public transport. I'm going to do it on the big one because we need quite a lot of cake. This should be enough for both. So to the butter we're doing 225 grams of sugar. And then now that sounds like a cake that I will enjoy. Now we're supposed to cream like the butter and the sugar. I'm just gonna, because I kind of microwaved it, it should be fine to do it just with a spoon. That's pretty even. It's maybe a little bit too solid still, about 4 eggs. So we got the eggs and the butter mixture. I mean, I would show it to you like a close-up, but this is truly not interesting. So 225 grams of flour. Wow. Who's the spoon in there? That would explain the extra sudden 30 kilograms. So now I'm going to mix in the flour, and that is basically it. I mean, obviously, you can add like vanilla and just put more effort into this, but I just really want to test the cake tin. This is the single most important step, which is the spray. This is a non-stick spray. Like I'm really going to get in there on those bees. Sorry, environment. I know there's no such thing as literally doing this. That does not exist. Like I've never in my life thought I put too much of this. So here goes the batter. It's a little bit thick, but I think I prefer it to be. Ooh, the sound of that hitting. Okay, we want to smooth this out. Okay, we definitely need to make more cake. This is not enough, but you get the idea. So I'm gonna make a little bit more cake off camera just to fill this one up to the top. So I'm gonna finish this up. We're gonna bake it, and I'm gonna check in with you guys in an hour. We can reveal the 1 and the 5-star rated bakery cakes. This might not look exactly the way I was expecting, but I mean, we managed to cook it. The reason why it's so dark, it's because it wasn't cooked in the center. Like I put a toothpick in the center, and it kept on coming out wet, so I ended up cooking it for a long time. It's a little bit warm still, but I definitely let it cool down a little bit. Please be cooked. Oh my god, if it's not cooked in the pump, then it's not gonna be cooked at all. We're only doing this to test. This is not even the whole point of the video. We're only doing this to test something. the center. Like, it's so gross. It looks even grosser on here. I literally can't even look at it. Oh, I cannot eat that. Wow. Wow, this bump is even bigger. I cannot wait to see this one. It's definitely under, but it's not liquid on this side, which is really weird. I don't even... This is gonna be a mess regardless, so... Oh my god! That's perfect. It is a little bit darker than I was expecting, than I anticipated. The details are here. Look at the bees, look at the little entrance. If this one wasn't runny and wet, this would have actually been fine. Oh. So this is kind of the shape of the cake. We did well on the outside bit. One thing we've tested with this is that it is possible to get the cake out of the tin. However, I'm not going to be mad if it's overcooked or crunchy on the outside, because that's what happened. Listen to this. We're about to go straight into it. It's way too hot. These cakes are going to be melting in like 3 seconds, so I'm going to like open it, cut into it, do the whole thing all in one go. So this cake right here that I'm about to reveal to you is the cake made with this same exact cake tin by a 5-star rated.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Anyways, I don't know what I was saying. Made by a 5-star bakery, and this is what it looks like. That is so cute. That is so much better than I've expected. It's beautiful. It's literally like actual goosebumps. Why does it look like my dream cake? Let me try to slide this out so you guys can see it. We don't need the box anymore. Also with this, for some reason, in my kitchen and background, that looks beautiful. There's like wax covering the whole cake, like sort of melting. And it just looks so cool. And then they added all these little textures, just super detailed, the little flowers. And like the bees, they're smiling. Why are they happy? I'm gonna try to zoom in on like a little bee face, but the bees are smiling. It's like the cutest thing I've ever seen. It looks like actual honey, like sort of dripped all over the cake. It looks so much better than what I expected in my head. Like, it's like a better, more rustic version of what I expected. It does look like art. Like, this looks like a 5-star bakery cake. It's detailed yet simple. It doesn't look like processed stuff. Like, it looks like a cake that you want to eat like that. I want to eat it, and I'm expecting it to taste like honey. Should we come into it already? I did say that I was going to do it all at the same time. Oh, it's so soft. I don't know how they managed to do that, because you guys saw how crispy and tough my cake was. It's literally like a cake made of like honey. I'm expecting it to just drip honey from the inside. A moment most pleasing. This is like a really big slice. I've never had that in a cake before. Maybe they've done it because they didn't cook the center. How beautiful is that? That effect with the outside of the cake. It looks like a Christmas cover, like a magazine for like baking. Like the cover of it would be this cake. That would be like the centerpiece. Look at the way you see like the center of the cake. That is beautiful. 5 stars, and I would give it more if I could. A perfect cake. Nothing bad to say. I want to be one of those little bees. They seem happy. It might not mean anything, but you know, we do have to mention the fact that this box is huge in comparison to the cake tin shape. So maybe it's just like a tiny cake sitting in there, very lonely. I don't know. You know the drill. This is the same exact design, same exact cake tin, but this time around made by a 1-star rated bakery. So this is what it looks like. I don't want to see it. I'm literally going chills, like there's actual bugs crawling up my cake. Oh no, there is one there. There is an actual bug in there. It doesn't mean anything, it is really hot. They did try to get creative. There's like wire. It is huge. It's like so heavy. The texture on the outside, it's covered in this like almost wax. Like it looks like real wax. Like it could be real honey. I feel like they don't stand up as much as they probably wanted. I do love that it's more 3D-like and less frosting. It's the full-on experience. However, the actual shape of the cake tin, which was the whole point, it's lost. The little bee marks, the little doors are probably, how do I even know there's no one in the back. Maybe they didn't manage to get it out of the tin, but you know, they made it up. They added wire and like these look so weird. I don't want to be mean, but they kind of make the cake look infested because they look like real fleas or something. I like the little flowers around the side. I wish there was a lot more of that to sort of balance the heaviness of like the yellow. Specifically for this video, if this was like a 3D realistic cake video, that would be the winner when it comes to looks, like hands down. It's just that I cannot see the cake tin. Like this might as well be normal cake underneath. I mean, we might try to look for it. This is huge. Do you see how much bigger this feels like when it's closer to the camera than the other one? I mean, it is incredible. What a beautiful, like detailed work. It looks glossy, shiny. Like this is not a work of a 1-star rated bakery. If it wasn't for the cake tin detail, like I would actually rate them with a 5-star. Maybe a 4.5. Do you see how this is so much smaller, right? If they had used this, the actual base, and still put stuff on top, it still would have never looked that big. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't use this as a base at all, which was my only request, was for this to be the foundation of the cake. I wonder how they've done the layers, because this is so much more cake. It does look incredible when you cut into it. I'm gonna need like a full-on main course plate rather than a dessert plate. It's so sticky. There's like a little detail on this side that kind of looks like one of the bees. So it's possible that they just covered it up. But do you see my confusion? Let me show you a slice of the other cake, which is basically the size of the cake tin, and then the size of this. I think it's possible that they did use the cake tin. Maybe they sliced it and they just put cream, and then he made it look bigger. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they used the cake tin, or is it way too big? And like, for me, I would give this one a 3.5 stars. I love the look, and this would be the winner on a different day. So when it comes to looks, the winner for me is the 5-star, but when it comes to flavor, I mean, this one smells way better. So let's see what happens. This is so incredibly awkward because for the first time ever on my channel, I actually can't eat these cakes. Especially this one, like I really want to eat it, but I honestly cannot eat these. If you guys follow me on social media, you probably know that I've been sick for like the last week and a half, and I still don't know exactly what I was sick with. Cake is like top of the list of foods I'm not allowed to eat right now until I figure out exactly what I was sick with. So right here, I tried to compile the ways in which I traditionally rate cakes on my channel every time we mention it. So we've got one side for the 5-star, one side for the 1-star. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna ask my camera guy to taste the cakes for me. A very difficult job, but I feel like this is the only way to make this happen, because otherwise the cakes are gonna melt and go bad in my house. So I've got the points, I've got my calculator. So we're gonna do the 5-star first. So the first thing, oh actually, I think it might be better if you just taste both, and then I'm not even gonna look, because I want to eat those cakes so badly. The results are in. I feel like a TV show host. I might not even need a calculator for this, but we're gonna do it just in case. Okay, so when it comes to flavor, the 5-star cake got a 3. The 1-star rated one got a 1. The rating for the 5-star has an average of 2.75, which makes it a 3-star rated cake. Oh my god, this is gonna be tragic. I don't want to see picky, so I don't feel bad for all the times I've been harsh on them. So all of this to say that the winner for the flavor and also the winner for the looks is the same cake, which is the 5-star rated cake. A beautiful cake. The flavor, I guess, not impressive. I am kind of disappointed that I couldn't taste it, but at the same time, you know, when you're sick, you do have to set limitations, and I really this was really difficult for me being sick this past week and a half, that I do not want this any further, so I'm being really safe. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give the video a like, lets me know that you want to watch more cake videos. Please don't forget to subscribe and switch my notifications on. Not every single one of my cake videos is this weird, and usually I can eat the cake, but if this is your first time on my channel, you're like, what the hell is going on? I love you, bye bye.